The 70s Movie Review. Airport. Airport is the name of an American disaster movie that was released in cinemas on the 5th of March 1970. It was written and directed by George Seton, adapted from the best-selling novel of the same name by Arthur Haley. Seton's other credits include the legendary 1947 film Miracle on 34th Street. Plot. The staff of a busy airport try to keep things running in the face of a snowstorm and their own personal problems, unaware that one of their planes is now carrying a man with a bomb. Cast. The film has an impressive cast of big-name stars, headlined by Burt Lancaster and Dean Martin. Lancaster was an Academy Award winner with a career spanning 45 years in films such as The Killers, From Here to Eternity, and many more. Martin was also a singer and comedian who was originally Jerry Lewis's comedy partner and was famously friends with the likes of Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr., the so-called Rat Pack. Also appearing in Airport is Jean Seberg, an American actress who lived for many years in France and had an iconic role in the film Breathless. Airport also sees an early appearance by Jacqueline Bisset, an English actress with a wide array of credits in film and television, including the 1974 version of Murder on the Orient Express with Albert Finney, The Deep with Nick Nolte and Robert Shaw, and Wild Orchid, to name just a few. Trivia. The set built for the interior of the airplane in Airport was used in many other films and TV shows, including this film's eventual sequel, Airport 1975. Reaction. The film was a massive success at the box office, earning the modern-day equivalent, adjusted for inflation, of $670 million, and spawning not just 3 sequels, but an entire genre in the disaster movie, which was a mainstay of 70s cinema in particular. Critics were less than impressed, of course, almost universally panning the picture for not being boring enough for their tastes. What I think. Although Airport is, of course, the film that, as noted, is known as the one which effectively kick-started the disaster movie genre, the disaster movie stuff doesn't really ramp up until the third act, with the film being just as concerned with the workings of the airport and the relationships of its characters. Despite this, and a very long running time of over 2 hours, I actually found this very engaging. I've never seen it before, and I really enjoyed it. And it had a really good cast. Honestly, I know it sounds terrible. I'm not sure I've actually seen a film with either Lancaster or Martin in before, but I enjoyed both of them here. And it also took me a while to recognize Jacqueline Bisset because she's a little bit younger here than I've seen her before, though her voice and mannerisms eventually clued me in as to who it was. I actually thought this was pretty good and pretty interesting, and certainly, it keeps you entertained up until the third act when it becomes quite gripping, even if there are some moments, particularly with the passengers, that are echoed so much by the later spoof Airplane that you have to kind of restrain a little bit of a chuckle. I have to admit, though, this was much better than I thought it was going to be. Certainly much better than many of the reviews, especially from the time, would have had you believed. I enjoyed this quite a lot, and I'm looking. I've actually picked up all 4 of the Airport movies on Blu-ray. I don't think I've seen any of them, or if I have, not since I was a kid or anything. I actually give Airport a strong B+, and I'm actually rather looking forward to seeing the other 3.